Ed canceled our wedding without even telling me.
You know, at the end of the day, I can't marry Liz.
The only thing I can think of is Ed is getting cold feet and he never actually really wanted to get married.
We're not getting married. It's over. I'm done.
What a coward. A weakling.
That's right, you guys. The downfall of Big Ed and Liz is upon us, and I gotta say, we were a little bit overdue because their story was absolutely boring the past few episodes, but finally we see Big Ed destroying his own life for no reason other than just a complete inability to not be a jerk to everybody around him. And today we're gonna find out why these two are no longer getting married, as something explosive apparently went down. If you enjoy these Big Ed videos, please drop a like. You have no idea how much that helps out the channel, and as always, subscribe if you haven't already. But anyways, let's get right on into it.
What happened?
Ed canceled the wedding.
So we start the episode off with an absolute freaking bombshell. Apparently Ed canceled their wedding. We have no idea why, but Liz looks to be an absolute wreck. And I gotta say, this is actually a great case study in the absolute power of like trauma and stress and what it can do for your body and the way that you look. But I gotta say, Liz has been glowing the past few episodes, and now as soon as they got to this fight, she looks like a wreck. I think it's because the bad vibes have returned with her and Big Ed. I mean, you can't expect this fairy tale to last forever. The dude's obviously gonna stop playing the character at some point and turn back into his, ogre-like self.
His sister was at the house. Ed made dinner, taco pasta. Riley's dish was just way too spicy for her. And Ed pretty much just told her, stop being a baby.
So this fight started because Ed was, well, being a jerk to somebody that he's supposed to love. Yet Liz's daughter was doing something a lot of kids do, which is protest their food and say that, maybe it's too spicy, too this, too that. And he basically told her to suck it up because he was offended that somebody didn't like his cooking, which I'm sure this taco salad that he made was absolute bullshit and just lacking any seasoning anyways. But if it's too spicy for the kid, why would you make them eat it? So thankfully, it sounds like Liz stood up for her daughter, but it's insane that this whole marriage came crumbling down because of this one fight.
I don't appreciate that. And I called him out on it. Then he attacked me back, saying, look at you, you're crazy and everything. At this point, we're arguing in front of his family.
And this is all in front of Big Ed's family. Remember, they live down here in Arkansas around them, so they're all going to be picking his side in this fight, I'm sure. I mean, that's just kind of the classic family thing. There's that stupid-ass saying that I always have hated, blood is thicker than water, which I think is just absolutely trash. Like, if your family member is being a garbage person, you shouldn't have to be friends with them or be friendly around them, you know what I'm saying? But that mentality has just plagued so many families, so I'm sure all the people in Big Ed's life that are in his family are going to be rooting for him until the very end, not realizing that he really is the common denominator for every single one of these fights. Like, bro couldn't just say, oh, I'm sorry, I made it too spicy. Let me whip up something else, or maybe your mom can make you something else. I hear what you're saying, you're valid. Instead, he's like, no, you're a dumb kid. I'm big, you're small. Eat this, or else you don't get anything else for food, okay? If it's too spicy for you, stop being a baby. Like, dude is pretty much Danny DeVito in Matilda.
With this blow up, it's not like Ed tried to talk me through it or anything like that. Ed doesn't like being pulled into a corner or liking to listen to like how he messes up.
And Liz says so many things that are just put in such a hilarious way. You could tell that she jumps through so many little hoops mentally in order to arrive at these conclusions. And she's like, Ed doesn't like being shown when he messes up. It's like, yeah, that's called a lack of accountability. And it's one of the most childlike traits that Ed has shown throughout this entire series. And probably the #1 reason why he will never truly find love. He is just a man-child that can't handle being told when he's done something wrong or done something to offend somebody that he loves.
Later, after the fight, I go to bed, I wake up, and he's gone.
That's right. This dude is straight up just abandoning Liz. He didn't even say anything. He was too much of a coward, and that's why we're not seeing him in this intro right now, to even say this to her face to face. She just woke up one day and he was gone. Like, if that's not the most scumbag relationship activity and just a showcase of his complete inability to work through things as an adult, I don't know what is. And that should be the biggest red flag for you, Liz. Run back to Cali, where you have potentially another job lined up. Like, hopefully you can beg for your restaurant job back. I doubt they're going to give you co-owner again, but please do that for the mental well-being of you and your daughter.
Then yesterday, I received a text message from our officiant telling me how sorry he was that the wedding was called off.
Oh my God, and I feel so bad for Liz. That is absolutely heartbreaking. She receives a text just saying, hey, it's the officiant here. Sorry to hear the news that your wedding was called off. Like, that's how she got the news. This man was literally too pussy to say that to her face or even text her himself. So instead, he had the other members of the wedding party do it for him. And it's just another showcase of how much of a coward Big Ed truly is.
Ed canceled our wedding without even telling me.
And how many times are we going to have to see a shot of her up close crying as if her whole world has been altered and shifted upside down? How many times are you going to let this man completely derail your life and your future plans just because of his immaturity? Again, this man that is twice your age and twice your size, at least. So it's like, why are you going to let this human freaking beach ball make you feel so bad every single day? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't understand any of this. And I don't understand how he can just cancel the wedding over stupid taco pasta.
Yeah, it seems to me like such a relatively small thing that Big Ed just decided to pop off about. And really what the core of it is they hurt his pride. And he is such a man-child, like I said, that when his pride is bruised, that's when he really turns into the monster that he truly is.
The only thing I can think of is Ed is getting cold feet and he never actually really wanted to get married. I don't think I could have shown this man any more effort that he means everything to me.
You really couldn't, Liz. This is the first time I've actually, backing up something you're saying. I truly think you've given this man more leeway, more heart, and more effort than any other human on this earth possibly could. Watching Liz be around Ed is almost like watching videos of deep-sea underwater welders. I'm like, yeah, you get paid, I don't know, $300 an hour, but I still could not fathom putting my life on the line and doing this every single day for my livelihood. And it's the same with Liz. It's like, I actually would probably rather underwater weld for ExxonMobil without any training, knowing that there's a 90% chance I'll probably perish over having to go on one date with Big Ed and listen to his drivel for even 30 minutes.
I don't know of anyone else who would fight for him the way that I fought. And I think that's a special kind of love.
Yeah, you could call it a special kind of love all you want. I got some other terms for it, maybe just pure idiocracy on your part to even, open up your heart for somebody like this. But I do still feel bad that Liz is so heartbroken over this. She clearly thought that they were moving forward with this wedding, all smoothly. But it's Big Ed we're talking about. He's bound to ruin himself and others around him just by simply existing.
I'm really mad. I'm broken. I'm hurt. He's staying at his sister's. He's ignoring me. I have no idea what's happening.
And that sounds about right for the Big Ed playbook. He makes all this hubbub, breaks her heart, doesn't even tell her actually, tells the wedding officiant to tell her that the wedding is off, and then goes and hides at his sister's house like a little whiny baby boy. Seriously, the fact that he has to cower away from her from even having this conversation shows that he probably knows he's in the wrong and probably realizes he's being ridiculous. But yeah, I agree with Liz. She said something earlier about thinking that he's getting cold feet, and I truly think that's the case.
Here I am dying inside right now, waiting to have a conversation with him. What a coward, a weakling.
I agree, Liz. Finally, Liz is speaking some freaking facts about Ed and seeing the truth about him. Granted, you kind of have to be embarrassed because you've given so much time, energy, and love and trust to this weakling, but still, better late than never that you realize that, Liz. Now let's fast forward to Big Ed, who is over and hiding at his sister's house. And heads up, I wanted to make fun of his sister's sunglasses too, but she actually got some sort of, eye surgery, so there's a reason she's wearing these. She's not just a mall ninja walking around with a sword under her trench coat, although it is funny to imagine that she really was wearing this for fashion reasons.
I feel like I owe you an apology, and the other night, Liz blew up at me in front of you, and then it just snowballed.
Oh my God, it's already sickening listening to this freaking moron talk. He's like, I gotta apologize to you, sis. Look, I'm sorry that my crazy psycho ex seriously blew up in your face like that. I know it was scary and you were worried for your safety. I was worried for my safety. It was just crazy to see her become such a truly, scary monster like that. Like, bro, I'm sure she had a reason to blow up, and I'm sure it actually wasn't a blow up. She was defending her daughter who you were bullying. So it's just funny to hear how he flips this. And of course, his sister, who is going to be writing for him, much like I said earlier, I predicted this. She's probably just going to be, sweeping it all under the rug, also agreeing that Liz was the one who's in the wrong, even though it's her idiotic brother, who she should realize by now is the common denominator in all the problems in his life. She's still just going to coddle him like a baby like the rest of his family does, and it's the reason he is this way as a 50-something-year-old man.
I was just looking at you going, I wanted to tell you this is how she is. The fact that she blew up in front of you guys, it just really hurt my feelings.
I was just looking at you and I almost broke down in tears because you finally saw what I've been dealing with all these years behind closed doors. There's a reason I broke up with her 13 times before this, okay? She's a monster. Like, this dude is literally slandering Liz without any reason. He's the one that's getting cold feet for the wedding. He's the one that blew up on her daughter for not liking his spicy trash pasta salad or whatever the hell this was. I still can't even remember the dish. That's how much it doesn't matter. But he's the one who was fighting with her and who called off the wedding. And yet he's still trying to twist this like Liz is just such a monster. So sorry you and the family had to see that.
I just thought she was going to stop and it wouldn't go on. I was really just hoping and praying she would stop.
shut the hell up. Like, actually shut up, please. First of all, I'm glad we have not seen this sister since like maybe an episode or two, like 3 seasons ago. But what a useless side character. I mean, talk about a yes man, just absolutely encouraging her brother's trash behavior. And it must be something that runs in the family. And that's why she just doesn't see anything wrong with his actions. But for her to be acting like Liz was almost scaring her with, you know, her popping off, defending her daughter is absolutely rich coming from her.
I made a mistake, but that's not the issue. The problems that Liz is escalating. Such a dumb fight.
Sorry, I'm struggling here. Liz is the one that escalated? Bro literally has me shouting. I don't think I've actually been this angry at a video in a long time. But how the fuck can he say Liz is the one that escalated when he is the one that called off the wedding because he doesn't know how to make a pasta salad that isn't too spicy for a damn kid? This dude is the biggest walking L of a human that I have ever laid my eyes on, and every single day, his shitty energy grows stronger.
She doesn't respect me.
She has to respect you. If that's missing, that's a crucial piece.
And listen to her just coddling her brother, and he's just doing that stupid smile and nod that he loves to do when anybody else covers up for his crappy actions.
Like, oh my God, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, she needs to support me. She needs to be the one that's having my back.
He's always saying this, and the one time we've seen him have to step up to defend his girlfriend, or actually fiance at the time, from literal physical danger, he didn't do anything, and he was a weakling, much like Liz said earlier. So this guy is just really making my blood boil right now.
Liz getting this upset and yelling at me, I was embarrassed. I had built Liz up to be the love of my life, to all my family.
And now he's claiming she's embarrassing. Dude, look at you. Look at you. Think of what she's had to do in terms of talks with her family and friends when bringing you up in the beginning. Being like, okay, you're going to look at the guy and think I'm crazy, but I'm giving him a chance. They had to go through so much mental gymnastics themselves to be able to accept this relationship where you're twice her age, way uglier than her, and way crappier of a personality, yet she gave you a chance. And now you see her as embarrassing? F you, Big Ed.
This is a person that I should be able to turn to for love and support and to protect me when I make a mistake.
You're supposed to protect me when I make a mistake, Liz. When my food's too spicy, you're just supposed to tell your kid to shut up and eat it and, you know, worry about it later, okay? You're the one that's supposed to tell me in secret after the family's gone away that my food was trash. I can't let my family know I accidentally made the food too spicy, and that's why we can't get married.
Have you called the wedding venue to call it off, or the caterer, or anyone?
So I got my deposit back.
Glad.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God you got your deposit back. Yeah, all this big investing you've done into this amazing wedding that you never planned on having in the first place, because this is absolutely a case of cold feet. Yet now he's bragging about all the money he's saving by not doing this extravagant wedding that he prayed for years and years.
We just have to admit to each other, let's just move on. Hopefully, God will give me another chance.
And we get a weird comment here about God, which I have never seen Ed as being a religious man, but maybe something about being around here down in the South with his sister or something has made him turn into a holy man. But I'm sorry, I don't buy it. And if God is out here giving second chances, I think there's about probably a couple billion people in line before you that deserve it much more, for much more important things that they didn't self-sabotage.
I would really want you to marry someone who is a born-again Christian. They just aren't meant to be together.
Yo, fuck their religion. Like, I don't care if they're Christian, Hindu, whatever it is. Why don't you find somebody who's your own damn age and your own ugliness level? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would probably be a good person. Maybe somebody who has even less self-respect than Liz, who will let you walk over them for the entirety of your relationship, because that's clearly the only way you know how to coexist with another human, is to completely take away every piece of their personality and suffocate them with your own shittiness. This sister is such an L, bro. She's literally bringing nothing to the show and just aggravating me more with her random tangents.
I'm sure he's not been perfect by any means. I know he's wanted it to work, and I know he's tried to make it work.
See, this is the funny part. We actually didn't have this conversation filmed, so we're just going off of hearsay from these two who are just corroborating the same story that she freaked out so much. And she's like, oh, I'm sure he's done worse. Bitch, it's been televised. We have seen like 20 different fights where Big Ed is popping off, saying things that are absolutely disrespectful while being belligerent off the drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, your brother is not a saint. Quit acting like he is, and quit acting like you don't know the problems that he also brings to the relationship.
And Ed probably has learned a lot from this relationship for his next relationship, and hopefully it's going to be the final true Matt.
It's not going to be the last one because your brother's a trash bag and he doesn't know how to love anyone but himself, and he's a really garbage person, but the more that you encourage him and coddle him, he's not going to realize it until he's 70 and frail and old and single. So that's really the road that you're sending him down with this fake laughter and this fake positivity.
I thought we were over everything. We went to Florida. We did the therapy. It was so amazing. And then...
They keep bringing up Florida. Dude, I'm literally going to have an aneurysm. This is the most animated. I wish you got, you know what? I am actually robbing you guys by not showing my face on these reactions because I am literally stirring in my seat watching this, vibrating as if I'm an electron. I cannot handle this fucking moron, dude. You did not do anything in Florida to better yourself. You literally just made a farce of therapy itself and embarrassed yourself for an entire season of TV.
I don't want to be divorced. It would be a nightmare. It wouldn't be a good thing for her or for me, especially for me.
And here we see another reason why this man's getting cold feet. He thinks he has this rich empire and all this money in his life, and he sees Liz as a bum still. He literally has such a low view of his own spouse, the woman he was about to marry. Did you hear the way he said that? Yeah, if we got divorced, it would ruin us. Me especially, because she was a bum. She didn't have anything, and yeah, I kind of ripped her away from the opportunity of being a co-owner of a restaurant, but still, I'm the one who would take the L financially if we got divorced, so let's just not do it.
Excited
Does she
about...
understand that? How did she react?
I haven't told her yet. I wanted to...
Oh.
And see, even the sister who is doing all of this work to try to, make sure that her brother feels good in his place in this fight, she even realizes, wow, this guy's really a POS. He didn't even talk to her yet. She just found out that they're not getting married and she's being left in the dark while you're hiding out at my house.
At the end of the day, I can't marry Liz. We're not getting married. It's over. I'm done.
And with that, it sounds like the final statement from Ed in this episode, at least. I really need to see next week because what the hell is going to happen with these two? I'm guessing this is probably the era that I made that video on where Big Ed was alone in his home, wasn't really bringing up Liz, and I was confused on if they were broken up or not or still getting married. I'm guessing this is that portion of the timeline. So let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments below. I'm so sorry for getting as angry as I did, but I mean, for somebody who's been following the story pretty much exclusively on this show for years, it is just really bringing me to my wits' end. Proper in, as the British would say, I'm sure. Actually, I don't know if they'd say that, but leave a like if you made it to the end of this one. Comment Grin Squad for life, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace out.